At number 88 on the iconic 100 list is the Shaquille O'Neal 1992 Stadium Club Beam Team card, one of the first inserts of a generation. And today, to talk about it here, we have David Ratliff, signed and slabbed on Instagram. David, this is a card that I know has quite the history to it. When you first think about it, what comes to your mind?
So, inserts were really kind of emerging right in the early 90s within the hobby, and certainly a bunch of the producers at the time were really jumping on the Shaquille train. He was not someone that snuck up on anyone, probably much ever in his life, certainly not in the collecting world. Not a surprise. But those cards, they just had a really different look about them, right? Just the shiny, kind of almost smiling back at you in a way. And so, that, not surprisingly, and just think about the set as a whole, the caliber of players that were in there. There's only a couple guys that you'd probably argue now whether they should have even been in that set. But no, really stunning design, really kind of the process of moving hobby quality in production, quality in just visual forward at that point in time.
I remember specifically seeing the cards with the holofoil, and it's like a beam, right?
Yeah.
The Beam Team, and I think they were one a box. I had a Jeff Malone, and I remember thinking, this is like one of the coolest cards ever. I've got a Jeff Malone Beam Team card, which is hilarious now. But
he's one of the couple guys.
He's one of those couple guys. Yeah, for sure. The point that you made that's really interesting is people knew who Shaquille O'Neal was, and the companies were doing everything they could to possibly market him, right? He didn't have any cards for the first little while, and then you got the redemption card with Upper Deck, and you got the original classic card. I mean, so many things. I wonder if Stadium Club would have ever been created in 1992 if it wasn't for Shaquille O'Neal. I wonder if the Beam Team set would have been created in 1992, or if it was more to capitalize on Shaquille O'Neal. Any thoughts on that?
So, Stadium Club's very well known for the quality of photography, right? And it had gotten started prior to that with baseball, and then I even believe a football release. Now, and Topps had been making the flagship basketball product around that time too, Upper Deck's emerging. So that's interesting. I think Shaq certainly became the cornerstone player to help push the release along. But my sense is that even without him, Topps was really looking to kind of push a more premium product across each of the sports, because you also had Stadium Club in hockey as well. So I think they had really kind of committed to that brand. And we're seeing, certainly now, they're pushing on it hard again, because the photography going all the way back was next level, and it continues to be really next level.
Good call. When you think of Stadium Club, you think of photography. As you were speaking, one thing occurred to me. I believe, and we'll have to fact check me, but I believe Series 1 didn't have Shaq in it.
No, it didn't.
Series 1 also, I don't think, had Beam Teams. I think Series 1 was the base set. They didn't have any inserts really. And then in Series 2, you got the Shaq rookie, the members choice or members only subset card of Shaq. And then I think you got the Beam Team. So I take back what I said about Stadium Club being a thing without Shaquille O'Neal, but they certainly used him. And that is the product that really, like, Series 2 is definitely what pushed the product into the future. So any other thoughts about the card you want to share?
I mean, look, I love the look of the card. There is also you'd mentioned, I guess, members only within the set. There's also the members only stamped ones.
Yes, good call.
Yeah, and they come in set form, and they are quite a bit rarer than the originals. And so, that gives people that don't necessarily want to pursue high pop cards, another option with the almost, a parallel or a variety, I guess,
Yeah.
to go after the card too. So don't, people forget about those, but keep those in mind as well.
Really, really a great note to end on. Yeah, it's a card that's a variation or a parallel, like you said. It's way rarer, but it wasn't pack inserted, and so some people don't like it because it's not pack inserted, but some people love it, as you said, because it's a lot rarer, and it's a variation of one of the 100 most iconic cards ever made. So great perspective, David. Next time we will cover card number 87 on the iconic 100 list. And until next time, happy collecting.